stiff looks by each men as that fight was being announced. Ready to go here, and some kick tries here by Tyson, but not connecting as Puls gets out of the way.
Big swing there from Puls, checked by Tyson though, and he drives him to the ground. Although a nice recovery there to get back up from Puls.
And we'll see how Haines can recover from this. He's taking some shots to the ribs right now, but he's mending them okay, trying to get out of this grasp now and try and get on some offense.
And Puls bleeding from the elbow now after that takedown attempt. Not sure that will necessarily affect him here in the short or long term, but there is that blood to be aware of on his elbow.
Could be a confidence boost for Haines, you know, see some blood on the opponent, maybe put some edge into his strikes. But right now he's taking some strikes and he's got to get out of this grasp.
Some nice knees there from Puls as well.
Both men standing up so far, and neither one getting a real advantage so far. We'll see if he gets to the ground at some point.
Well, and it's interesting, in talking to Cody Puls, he said he was hoping for a Greco-Roman based attack, and that's kind of what we've seen thus far. Big right hand there though from Tyson, knocked the mouth guard out of Cody's mouth. He popped it back in though. So it's something to be wary of when an opponent hits you hard enough to dislodge your mouthpiece.
That's definitely a distraction, and now here's Tyson trying to get a takedown here, but it's not quite happening. And there's another swinging left hand, and that got the side of his head, but he seems to be okay as Holmes shakes it off. Or Haines, I apologize.
Haines stalking Puls at the moment.
Puls got a smile on his face.
Nice little combination, but not much damage done by Haines. Both fighters breathing with their mouths wide open.
We're still early in the first round here. You'll see how that fatigue factors in here, especially if both men standing up for the majority of this fight so far. That was a solid knee.
Big knee coming right in front of us here at the announce table. As Puls getting a lot of advice from his corner. Trying to reach under and secure a single leg. Gonna look to drive through that, but did leave himself a little bit open for the guillotine.
Got to act quick here. 21 seconds left in the first round here.
Again, it's Puls with Haines up against the cage. Driving a couple knees now. Amateur rules here in Estevan, Saskatchewan. No knees, elbows, or kicks to the head of an opponent.
Speaking of the head, Puls teeing off right now.
Big punch is coming with just a few seconds left. Round number one comes to a close.
See how that pedigree turns out the second round. Definitely Puls the winner in that first round, if you ask me. That was a good shot there by Haines.
Nice uppercut as Puls was coming through for the takedown and was shoved aside and hit with a nice uppercut. And again, charging forward, Haines landing the counter punch. And Puls coming back in again, trying to attack. Nice kick to the midsection there.
I'm wondering if Haynes' coach warned him about these counter punches, because the first two shots there, he had a reaction and connected. So that's something to watch out for here.
And a third counter punch landed while you were saying it, doing a very effective job. Tried again that time, just missed on the big swing. But it seems like Puls punches are coming from a little more outside than Haines are.
And we were momentarily on the mat there, and now both men trying for another takedown. Haines some more energy this round. There he's got a nice takedown, and he's got a mount here.
In the guard of Puls, Haines trying to get a hand free.
Kind of tough to see what's going on from our angle here, but Haines still on top, trying to get some arms free, as you mentioned. And Puls is trying to fight him off here.
Again, no knees or elbows to the head here in this position, but we do have the ground and pound blows to the head, which we don't have in every Hard Knocks sitting, but you will see it here with the amateurs tonight.
Puls doing a good job here fighting out, and now he's on his feet. Good job there.
A nice exchange for Haines. Got to score points in the judges' scorecards there as he came out, secured the takedown, landed a couple strikes. Puls might have gotten up, but Haines did a good job of making a good impression on the judges.
Oh yeah, I think his message definitely sensed that he's here for a long haul, and that first round, hey, that's been the past. Second round, this looking like Haines' round so far.
Just over a minute to go here according to the endurance fight clock, and a big swing there coming from the hand of Puls. And again, looking for the counter punch, it seems like, is Tyson Haines, but there was a big swing by both fighters, neither one connecting. A jab gets through as Puls drives towards the cage, looking to secure a takedown of his own. Nice double leg.
Haines has got a head locked up. They're looking for a guillotine, it looks like, but Puls fights it off. Now they're back on their feet. But down we go again, and Haines looking very aggressive this fight.
A nice slam there from Haines to re-emphasize in the judges' minds that he's dominated this round so far, as at the moment, not much action there. Looking for a guillotine choke, but not going to get it from that angle is Cody Puls.
And I'm wondering about Puls' fatigue right now. He's throwing some haymakers, definitely a sign of fatigue. And they haven't been connecting, and those got to be tiring one as well, especially fighting off Haines, who's on top of him right now.
Haines continuing to work from the guard position, and that's the end of round number 2. And we are now underway. Third and final round between Puls in the black trunks, Haines in the red trunks. And for my money, this round's got to matter, because at this point, I probably have each fighter with a round.
I agree.
The first one was a lot closer than the second one, but I did give it to Puls.
Yeah, the late flurry in the first round put Puls ahead, but like you mentioned, Haines took that second round hands down. And right now, both fighters kind of hesitant. Now there's a good kick there, but it didn't quite connect. And I'm wondering if Haines is still waiting for that counter shot.
Haines stalking him now. Looking, like you mentioned, for that counter punch, but nothing landing. Of course, it's hard to counter a punch if no punch gets thrown.
That is true.
So if you've got two counter punchers going side to side, or head to head, that's just a whole lot of dancing.
And also looking for those kicks Haines was talking about. I haven't seen those since the first round, I don't think. But right now it's been effective on his counterattack, and another try there, but set away by Puls.
Haines continuing to work, as is Puls.
There's a kick.
Tries the big head kick, but that one goes wide. Minute 35 now left in the third and final round.
If you're Haines, I would really try and force the issue here, as I'm not sure. There's a good shot. Mouth guard flies out.
Huge punch there. Mouth guard flew out of the mouth of Cody Puls. A big punch coming from Tyson Haines, but to his credit, Cody Puls did not flinch at all, just he was right ready to come back forward. Of course, Elvis Lyons, and we'll see the replay here as we can see the mouthpiece come flying out, I believe, just momentarily.
It's the definition of a slobber knocker, I think.
Yeah. Both fighters back underway, throwing each other up against the cage, stalking one another with not much time left on the clock here in round number 3. Both these fighters continuing to go down. 1 minute left, big swings coming. Maybe both fighters feeling that they need to finish, knowing that round number 1 and 2 were close rounds, but were likely a split.
And right now, Haines has landed a few more shots, including that big mouthpiece shot. And I'm sure Puls is aware of this, so I'm surprised to see him hesitate here. Now he swings, but Haines avoids it.
A nice counter punch again from Haines. Ducks under the punch of Puls, who at this point seems to be throwing from the waist.
He really is. He's really digging deep on these haymakers, and they just aren't working out for him. He's yet to land a really solid one.
Continuing to move. And again, another counter punch. And it's interesting, it looked like Puls was throwing out a feint, trying to time the counter punch there a moment ago. A nice leg kick from Haines. Just 10 seconds left in this fight, and one of these two is going to try and make an impression on the judges. A nice takedown from Puls, but Haines springs back up out of it.